Hey, Jared.
Yes, Abe?
Does Airbud have a Coogan account? Hello, and welcome to That's History, Babe.
Welcome to That's History, babe.
I'm Abe.
I'm Jared. If you want to follow us on socials, you can do that. Follow us on socials,
If you
why don't you?
want.
If you want to.
I reply to every comment. Most of the time it's me.
She really doesn't. I need to tell you, if you comment and you get a response 99% of the time, that is Abe. That is not me, because I don't give a fuck what y'all say. But
I do. I love engaging with you guys.
yeah, I mean, I love engaging with you guys too, just not in a material, real sense that, requires time and attention.
Yeah.
But how you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm a little tired.
It's
been
okay.
a long week.
Me too.
Weekend.
I'm tired too.
Life.
Yeah, you went on a 5-borough tour yesterday.
I did. The only marathon in New York.
The only marathon in New York, famously.
And now it's also the only marathon that's ever happened twice.
True. Wait,
Yeah.
what's your chant that you did?
5 boroughs, 1 day, again, all day.
Inspiring stuff.
Very inspiring.
Oh my God.
So the 5 borough tour is something my friends and I conceptualized like last year, and
Mm-hmm.
we were like, we should go to all 5 boroughs in 1 day, and we should do something in every borough.
I think it's fantastic. You really get a sense of New York City when you do it.
really do. And you know what? You really get a sense of the subway system. Buses you've never heard of.
How many trains did you ride yesterday?
Oh my God, I don't even know.
Like, what? You must have taken... What did you take to get to South Ferry to get on the Staten Island Ferry? The R?
I took the R.
Uh-huh.
I took the R.
In Queens, you took the 7?
I did.
You took the 7 to the G?
I did.
Yeah,
oh my
you
God.
did.
What's going on
Oh my
here?
God. Adventure.
Oh my God. How do you know all this? You're like clairvoyant,
Oh
like
my
Paul the
God.
Octopus.
I love Paul the Octopus.
Yeah.
Is he going to come up today?
Yeah, he is.
Because we do have a story.
I have such a treat for you today.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I have been so excited to talk about this. And we can get into our annals after this, because I just can't contain my excitement anymore. We're talking about animal celebrities. The history of famous animals. We'll define exactly what an animal celebrity is. What is the difference between an animal celebrity and just like one that people know about?
And what's the difference between an animal celebrity and a human celebrity?
Yeah, we're gonna crack that open.
Because the
like an
animals
oyster.
have hooves.
Sometimes they have hooves.
Mhm.
Sometimes they have paws. Sometimes they have
Opposable thumbs.
opposable
Sometimes.
thumbs. Sometimes.
Primates,
Yeah, and sometimes what they can do with those opposable thumbs,
is horrifying.
it can be. But yeah, so we went on a 5 borough tour, 5 boroughs 1 day. Second time we've done it. It was awesome. But I am exhausted.
I'm sorry
But
you're exhausted.
I
but
also haven't made a coffee. I'm just realizing. So
fuck. Okay. Well,
We do that.
we could get our assistant on that in a minute.
Yeah, we could.
And by our assistant, I mean, Deirdre isn't our assistant now? Okay.
Deirdre's our assistant today.
Okay.
Princess Bunny of Hallway is having a little nap in my room.
She is on some gabapentin because she's a little worked up. But
we needed quiet on set, and she...
the only way to achieve that with Queen Bunny of Hallway is through pharmaceutical intervention.
Well, I talked to the vet, and I was like, how can I like help with cat interactions and like loud meowing? And she was like, oh, I'll just give you some gabapentin.
She was like,
And I was like, right.
Immediately.
So I give her. Are you what?
Claudia.
Almost threw up.
Claudia.
almost threw.
Claudia's,
Are you for real?
Yes, she does this all the time. Trust me. Sometimes.
Do you need something?
She's fine. Sometimes we'll just be sitting at home on the couch, and she'll be like, "I'll be right back. I just have to go throw up." And she'll get up, and she will literally go into the bathroom, throw up, and come back.
I have really bad anxiety, guys.
Yes, she's
Claudia's nervous.
Fine. She's fine.
She's very nervous, and you might have noticed we've given Claudia a voice.
Claudia has a voice, you guys.
We heard your comments. Well, I heard your comments. Jared doesn't know about anything.
We heard your cries to give Claudia a voice, and
So we have.
we came to a compromise. We decided no to a microphone because we're not spending money on that, but yes to a phone with a voice memo.
So that's what she.
So that was
was Jared's choice. So
Oh my God.
Claudia will be able to chime in when appropriate.
And when not appropriate.
And when not appropriate. Those are my favorite times,
As
actually.
always, yeah. Oh, God.
What are your annals?
What are my annals for this week?
Yeah, I guess mine's 5-borough tour. And also, I got injured in a cat scrap.
Jesus.
I got a scratch on my palm. Definitely can't see it from there.
No. I can't even see it from right here, and I'm sitting... Oh! Well, it looks like it's healing.
Well, that's liquid Band-Aid over it.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
And then I have this one on my finger.
It's super glue is what that is.
Boom.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's basically like thin super glue. But it's all in the day's work, being a cat lady, being a lesbian.
Could never. That's the reasons why I could never.
I'm a childless cat lady. Like, I am a Fox News pundit's like genuine worst nightmare. I am
JD Vance hates your ass. He hates you.
JD Vance wishes that he looked as good in a blonde synthetic wig as I did last episode.
Week, yes.
Can I tell you guys that I don't know what JD Vance looks like anymore? I have no idea.
Because of all the memes,
because of all the fat
where he
baby
looks
JD Vance.
You're
memes?
like, what is his actual face?
I cannot tell you what he looks.
I don't know who this man is. I
Sorry
could see
to
him
this
on the
man.
street.
I wouldn't know a thing.
Sorry to this man. Her not knowing who I love Keke Palmer.
The fact she doesn't know who Dick Cheney is, like,
Or like I'm sure she knows like who he was, but
well, what a blessed life that must be.
but it could not
to not know him from recognition.
to not know the
like,
face.
I have a Dick Cheney story.
Okay.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
Claudia's annals.
Make it quick, Claudia.
I in my career I need to be a big boss sometimes. I need to like show up to places and like be the person that people fear in my day-to-day career. That is true. And I showed up to my place of work with a shirt because I thought I had brought with me a shirt that was only black, you know, a neutral black. I walked up to my career set with a shirt that says Cheney has a gun. And he is holding a gun. And the next day, I thought I had brought a normal sweatshirt, and I brought a shirt that said, "Girls love my swag."
That's business professional, baby. That's when you mean it. That's standing on business.
That is standing on business.
I love that, Claudia. Thank you for sharing your annals.
My annals for this week. What am I going to talk about? Well, I told a really funny joke just now.
When?
Like an hour ago. If my last name were Case, I would name my son Justin.
Claudia really likes it, but
Claudia loves that joke.
I said it back and I said, "Just in case."
Yeah, she went just in case and then burst out laughing.
And then she's like, I get it.
It was great. They don't have that joke in her country yet,
No,
but they do have
don't.
it in ours. Jared is not the first person who's thought of this.
Am I not? I've never heard it before.
Oh my God, Jared, when I was in elementary school, there was this kid named Justin in my class, and we were going around and we were like, I don't know, we were talking about our names for some reason or introducing ourselves. And he was like, my parents named me Justin so that I could make jokes with my name, like Justin Time and Justin Case.
That's hilarious.
And that was like all he
that
said.
kid. I want to meet that kid. He's funny.
Justin, whatever his name was, it was funny.
So, Abe, tell me what your 5 W's are for this episode.
Who? The animals that we know and love.
Mm-hmm.
The animals that grace our screens. The animals in our phones. Animals of all different species. What? Celebrity status. Exploitation. What makes a celebrity. Backyard breeding.
Oh.
Yeah. It's tough.
Something I'm familiar with.
It's tough. The International Canine Semen Bank.
Is that a thing?
It's a thing.
Like, imagine you're like, I work for a bank. And then you don't specify that it's the International Canine Semen Bank.
What the fuck?
Can you go in and like open an account like at a normal bank or no? Okay, sorry.
There's people that work in the ocean.
In the ocean.
In the ocean?
semen.
That's so
right.
Turn the mic off. You've lost your privileges. That was far away.
Oh my God. Where? Hollywood, baby. But also
for Hollywood.
But also like kind of all over the world.
Yeah?
We're in Stamford, Connecticut, right?
Gross.
I know. Isn't that where the WWE headquarters is?
It is indeed. Yes.
Because every time I'm on the
It's where
Amtrak,
Vince McMahon lives.
Every time I'm on the Amtrak,
up drive by in the giant ass WWE building.
Raw, like it's so good. We're like in Florida some of the time naturally. When it comes to animals of status. Yeah.
That feels like a place where they would hang out. Animals of status.
Animals of status are hanging out in Florida. When you can go further back than this, but I gotta limit my scope.
Right, of course.
Or I'll go on forever. Now I have our very own animal celebrity here. Bunny, would you like to say anything? No?
Not a damn thing.
Nothing. She had a lot to say about 2 seconds ago. That's why she's on set now.
Yeah, that's why we had to go and swap
bitching.
her out.
Oh my God, she was freaking out. Poor Deirdre. I had to get her off the tower and put her in there all because her sister can't behave.
This is what Bunny was saying a second ago.
It's not annoying at all.
No, not at all.
No. And it's not disruptive, but she's so cute. Now Claudia has a friend.
We're both in the kennel.
Yeah.
They're hanging out in their enclosure together.
Oh, she's in Claudia's lap.
Oh,
she's so cute.
So cute.
She might give you a kiss if you put your nose there. She likes to lick a nose or a mouth. Like your lip. Did she do it? No. What was she?
She knew you were foreign.
Yeah.
That's why.
Ah!
She's a MAGA cat.
No, she's not.
She knew you were a foreigner.
So we're starting in the 1920s.
Okay.
With the silent film era, and then we will move forward to the 2020s.
So all the way to the present. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we skip a bunch of stuff in the middle though.
Oh.
So don't even worry about it.
Sorry to those animals, but you know.
There weren't like as many famous animals in that period, which is why I'm just kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
Plus again, in the name of limiting scope,
yeah.
I'm just not going to talk about some stuff.
We're not going to do a 5-hour episode on animals. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe we'll do one about something like more important in the future. And why? I mean, I feel like there have been famous animals as long as I can remember, and I feel like some of the first celebrities you know as a kid are animals, right? Like whether it was growing up in the 2000s and you knew Airbud, or you grew up in the 1950s and you were familiar with Lassie. They're marketed a lot in like family friendly media, but also have like a big appeal to adults. And so I want to highlight the real importance that like animals have on our lives, these animals specifically, and how they can inform our real world perceptions of animals of different species and different breeds, and what it tells us about our relationship with ourselves and our relationship with celebrities, and how we look at these animal celebrities, and it puts the differences between us and non-human animals and the similarities between us and them really in the foreground.
Absolutely.
And I just think it's really fascinating.
Yeah. Because I think they can be used to both like minimize that difference and maximize that difference.
Exactly.
You know? Because we have a tendency, I think, to what's the word I'm looking for? When you like humanize something, you anthropomorphize. Yeah. Thank you, Claudia.
Yeah.
We tend to anthropomorphize animals. And,
absolutely. And that in some ways that can be like relatively harmless. Yeah. Like, I don't know, if you're like, oh, that's if like two animals are bonded, say you have two cats and they're bonded, you're like, oh yeah, they're boyfriends, or oh yeah, they're brothers, even if they're not. What? They're what, Claudia?
Claudia, if we're going to give you this privilege, you have to use it wisely.
So, like, your friend's cat that's trans.
Oh, yes. I do have a friend that transed her cat. Yeah.
Okay. How'd that go?
It's gone exceptionally well. She just decided that the cat gave female. And even though...
Honestly, yeah, some boy cats are...
The cat has a ween. Like, I've
well,
seen
yeah,
it.
But like that's not gender. Animals don't even have gender.
Because they're animals. So how would they have constructed a concept of gender?
But that's part of like the anthropomorphization is being like...
this one's really a girl.
The projection of and that's like a case as well where it's like this is harmless. This is not hurting anybody.
I think Fox News would be pissed about it, but
I think if you piss off Fox News, then like you've done something right. Like then you've done something like probably funny or cool or like good, or at the very least like ambivalent. Like you've done something very like neutral. Like
neutral.
You like did something that didn't affect anybody else at all.
Yeah. So let's get into it.
Yeah, let's crack it open. I want to start with the origin of the animal celebrity and like what makes an animal a celebrity. Which really you have to answer the question, what makes a human a celebrity? It's like being notable. You might be well known for being beautiful. Like some animals are well known for being very cute.
Yeah.
Or you might be well known for being funny, as like a very famous dog who got his start on America's Funniest Home Videos was, and then become famous for that. Or maybe they have another skill like, or maybe Mudang would be like they're very cute, or Punch the Monkey. You know, people project, people see like their own experience in this animal, and always this goes. There is an anthropomorphization of some kind, or basically a humanization of the animal. I guess you see them simultaneously as a representation of you and things you've experienced, but also you do see them as like an object,
right?
So I think that human celebrities and animal celebrities do genuinely have a lot of similarities.
Yeah, because I think similarly, as you're saying, it's like you do tend to. There's something about the humanness or like aliveness or individuality of celebrities does seem to be collapsed a little bit.
Yeah.
Once they become so visible, because they become sort of an object of your imagination.
Yeah, it's a whole thing of like building your brand and
well, and I think you project whatever you want to see onto those,
of course,
celebrity figures, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's parasociality.
Yeah, and I think you can develop parasociality with Airbud.
Absolutely.
Whoever, you know?
Absolutely. We've all seen like the amount of like animal influencers and micro influencers there are online. Whatever happened to that dog who's the bones were noodles? Oh. Is he still pugging? No idea. Okay.
The pug.
Frenchie, Manny the Frenchie.
Manny the Frenchie, I remember.
Everyone can name. I followed Pop Roast the cat.
I have no idea.
Angry Pug? Is it the Angry Pug or the Frowning Pug?
Something like that. Hello.
There's a cat.
Grumpy
Cat. Grumpy Cat.
We're gonna talk about Grumpy Cat today. Were you thinking of Grumpy Cat when you said Frowning Pug?
You know, Frowning Pug.
It's the off-brand version of
Grumpy Cat is Frowning Pug.
It's the dollar store.
That's what we had in our country.
In Claudia's country,
she's like, where I come from, we do not have Grumpy Cat.
We have Frowning
Pug.
Somehow, whatever accent you were doing feels racist.
Somehow?
Racist to what? You know, we don't know where you're from.
True.
I agree with Claudia.
Whatever. Of course you do, because that's, as we've established in the last few episodes, for some reason you two have established some, Survivor-esque alliance against me, and I am being persecuted.
Poor white man.
No, it's...
Oh, no.
I'm used to it.
Poor white gay man.
I'm used to it because, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who doesn't have a Coogan account.
Claudia
doesn't.
Claudia does not have a Coogan.
She asked for one. We said, get fucked. Also, my nips are kind of out in this episode.
Ooh!
Because I'm wearing a mesh shirt.
Do you know that
What?
Do you know that thing where it's like that girl sitting on the lap of the gorilla sculpture and she's like grabbing its nipple and it's like, Kelsey's so crazy.
Yeah, it's like
that's you.
Kelsey acting normal.
You're
the real
right now.
The real Kelsey.
The real Kelsey.
The real Kelsey. The real Jared.
So yeah, I want to cite two scholars here, Josh Blewett and Erica Fudge. Then
excellent names.
So Jared, there are so
names.
There are so many amazing human names in this episode. You are in
Erica
for a real
Fudge
treat. And Josh Blewett.
I want to meet Erica Fudge. Oh my god.
They both said something to the effect of, in their fictional representations, animals, and with the cinematic skills they display, our relationship with animals is simultaneously upset and reinforced. This idea that like we are able to, here's an animal doing things that people do, and doing it sometimes better than the people in the scene.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And what does that tell us about humans and animals and the way that we interact and the possession
it goes back
of
to that,
one from one of the other.
Right. It goes back to that idea that I was trying to sort of, tease out of like, we get closer to these animals, but also further apart from them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Especially as soon as they act like an animal, because
Right.
that is what they are.
When they go all ooga booga. Yeah.
When they go ape. I can't wait to do my chimp impression.
I'm excited. We're saving that.
Oh yeah. The first celebrity I would like to get into today is Rin Tin Tin.
Rin Tin Tin.
You know Rin Tin Tin?
He was a dog, I believe.
He was a dog. I'd like to open my Rin Tin Tin discussions with a quote from Janine Bassinger, whose article I read about Rin Tin Tin, because she wrote a book on silent film stars.
Okay.
And she covered Rin Tin Tin in one of the sections. Forget your Lassies, your Benjis, and your Beethovens. Unless you have compared them to Rin Tin Tin, you cannot seriously discuss canine thespian.
Shut your fucking mouth unless you have talked about Rin Tin Tin. I don't want to hear your name unless Rin Tin Tin has been spoken of.
Oh, you Uggy? Uggy the dog?
Uggy the dog?
How about Rin Tin Tin, bitch?
How about you get fucked by a fat one, Airbud? I want to talk about Rin Tin Tin, okay?
Those who came before you.
Respect your ancestors.
Respect your ancestors. So Rin Tin Tin was a German Shepherd who was rescued by Corporal Lee Duncan on the 15th of September, 1918.
Okay.
World War I. In World War I, when he was on the battlefield in France, he came across an abandoned German war dog station. And here he found a half-starved mother, German Shepherd, with 5 newborn puppies.
Oh.
So Lee Duncan did rescue all of these dogs.
Okay.
And then he brought 2 of them back to the United States. Rin Tin Tin, who he called Rinty. He had a sister called Nanette.
Nanette.
Who I believe also ended up acting.
Such a good 20s name, you know?
I know, right? So Duncan realizes that Rin Tin Tin is not only like a really beautiful dog, but he's also really well behaved, and he is easy to train. He follows instructions very well, and he's great with people. So he realizes, and with his own, kind of experience in the line of action,
right,
he is able to create kind of this action star of a dog who enjoys doing this kind of thing.
Right.
Because he's a German Shepherd. He loves to run around. He loves to what?
He loves to run around. I don't know. That was funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just keep going.
Sorry. I thought you were gonna call it like the dog a Nazi or something.
No, well, no. He's Second Reich, not Third Reich. So he's one Reich too early to be a Nazi.
Yeah, he's loyal to the Kaiser.
The Kaiser.
The
Kaiser Wilhelm.
The Kaiser.
The Kaiser Reich. The Kaiser.
You look so evil in this jacket, by the way. Oh my god, our costumes. I'm Yassified Lassie.
And I'm Koko the Gorilla, maybe Travis the Chimpanzee.
Yeah, you're just...
I would rip somebody's face off, but
Oh
we're
my
gonna
god.
get there. We're gonna get there.
Ripping her face off.
He's ripping her face off.
It's like not. It is.
It's not
It
funny.
is genuinely not funny.
It's
like,
horrifying.
as some people we thought animal abuse or child abuse was funny. Because we laughed.
Being mauled by a
No,
chimp is funny. It's
it's not funny.
It's what's funny is me saying, "He's ripping her face off." That's funny. I'm sorry, and you can't escape
funny.
that.
That is funny. So Duncan presents Rin Tin Tin to Jack L. Warner of the Warner Brothers, and when Jack L. Warner heard about this dog that could do all of this amazing stuff, he he said, I'm gonna try to do an old timey voice. This I gotta see, a dog that can act. With I assume like chomping on a big cigar.
A dog that can act.
Yeah.
Let's get him a contract. Get him in here.
So he casts Rin Tin Tin himself.
Of course.
In the movie Where the North Begins in 1923, and he was immediately labeled a good actor by critics in reviews of the film. He ended up becoming Warner Brothers' top box office draw, and the films he made between 1923 and 1930 made Lee Duncan over $5 million.
Holy shit.
Claudia, we're gonna need some conversions on money. So if you
that's $5 million in 20s cash.
That's $5 million in 1920s cash. Yeah. I'm gonna go over some of the budgetary things for Rin Tin Tin. How much is $5 million in let's say 1920?
She's covering her mouth. She's covering her mouth in shock.
Let's say 1930.
$80 to $90 million today.
Wow.
80 to 90 million?
At the height of Rin Tin Tin's fame in the mid to late 1920s, he made as much as $6,000 a month, which is a lot now.
Yes, it is.
Like,
I would be living very comfortably on $6,000 a month.
6,000
in 20s cash
in
converted
1923.
to today. $128,000 a month.
A month.
For a fucking dog.
And he was insured for $100,000. He received as many as 12,000 fan letters a week. And he had...
That's perplexing to me.
No, Jared.
Are they from children, I hope?
And he had his own valet, chef, limo, and driver, as well as a personal secretary and an endorsement contract with Ken L. Rations.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He's a dog.
He is a dog.
Okay.
But he's a star.
But before he's a dog, he's a star.
But but like, let me give you some context for 1920s like film and cinema culture.
Okay.
I'm not a girl. Over half of the U.S. population, majority, over 65% in the 1920s went to the movies once a week.
Once a week, yeah.
And if you're seeing this dog and the kids love him and the adults love him, he's regarded as like being very brave and bringing a sort of like emotional like levity to the movies that he's in. People love him. They love this dog. He's in all of these like really good movies with proper co-stars, proper actor co-stars. They're not like B movies.
Right.
They're not for children. Just to illustrate how popular Rin Tin Tin was and how beloved he was, there was another dog in movies called Ranger.
Okay.
And
I don't know his ass, but I know Rin Tin Tin.
Yeah, Ranger was another, I think, German Shepherd that was in movies.
Ew,
but
yuck.
he didn't get good reviews. And it was in the reviews, it says like he's not a good actor. And people who work on production with him said that he was an impossible animal star.
He's not emotive. He's difficult.
Yeah.
He doesn't know his lines.
He's not feeling
it. He shows
it.
up late. He's unprofessional.
The director tells him, "You're not feeling it. You need to
feeling it.
You just need to feel it." There were other famous animals at this time, but Rin Tin Tin really is above all. The one that comes close is probably Strongheart, who is another German Shepherd.
How many fucking German Shepherd? Okay,
There's like
yes,
a lot.
Another.
There's a lot. Well, there's a lot of movies. They're making way more movies then than they are now.
True.
And Strongheart was probably like Rin Tin Tin's main competition, but most people say that Strongheart really doesn't hold a candle to Rin Tin Tin.
Okay.
However, Strongheart and Rin Tin Tin are two of only 3 animals to ever have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So
who's the third? Are we going to talk about the third? Oh, cool.
We're
Okay.
going to talk about the third. So moving into the like sort of mid 20th century, we're going to talk about Lassie.
Lassie.
Little Timmy fell down a well. Lassie.
I do know about Lassie.
Everyone knows about Lassie. So Lassie was a TV show that aired from 1954 to 1973. That is Lassie aired for 19
almost 20 years.
Yeah. Lassie was on TV for 19 years. But before this, there were several Lassie movies, including 2 with Elizabeth Taylor, one of them being her film debut.
Lassie Come Home.
So the Lassie movies were very successful, which is what spawned the TV show. And in the Lassie movies, Lassie was played by a dog named Pal. I have a really funny quote that I want to bring up later because famously Lassie is the character is a female dog.
Right.
And the actor originally was male dog.
Okay.
Someone wrote some crazy shit that I thought was hilarious. We will circle back to that.
Okay.
Lassie was based on this Elizabeth Gaskell 1859 short story, The Half Brothers, and largely based on Eric Knight's Lassie Come Home.
Okay.
Short stories and novels from the 1930s and 40s. So it goes 30s, 40s, and then it goes movies, and then it goes TV in the 50s.
Okay.
Which is kind of like just the progression of culture,
media,
to be honest. And Lassie has lived on. Did you know that there is a Lassie PlayStation 2 game that came out in 2005?
Sure.
There are Lassie like computer games. There is a
I don't
Lassie.
know who was buying that. I don't know
There
what
was
the market
Lassie
for that was. But
children probably.
Yeah, probably.
And like Peepaw's first PS2. You get him Lassie because it makes him feel lucid. So the show was developed by a guy named Robert Miller and Rudd Weatherwax.
I'm sorry. So we've had Erica Fudge and Rudd Weatherwax.
And you're forgetting about Josh Blewett.
Josh Blewett, though, that doesn't strike the ear quite as oddly as Erica.
Blewit and Rudd Weatherwax.
Rudd Weatherwax.
So they run the shows. Rudd Weatherwax is the guy who like trains these rough collies. Pal is a rough collie. And there will be many collies. There will be exactly 6 Lassies over the course of the Lassie movies and TV shows. And all of them are descendants of Pal.
Okay. Keeping it in the family.
Keeping it truly in the family. Lassie is a family business.
Okay.
And all of them are bred and kept by Rudd
Weatherwax.
One of the actors, George Chandler, who played Uncle Petrie on Lassie for 2 seasons, said that the families on the show changed faster than the weather in Chicago. Lassie was great, but my God, you were playing fifth banana to a dog.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
I mean, I don't really blame him.
No, I don't either.
I'd be like, why am I'm not even second banana. I'm fifth banana
to a dog. He's the uncle.
Dog.
He's the uncle. Yeah, like the show's named after the dog. The dog is the star of the show. And that dog is probably paid more than some of them. She is the third of the animals that has their star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Yeah. Her, Rin Tin Tin, and Strongheart. These just kind of keep cycling until 1971 when the final Lassie 6, becomes Lassie.
Okay.
How many times can we say Lassie? The real names of the Lassies was Pal, then Lassie Jr., even though Pal was not named Lassie. But just would be
weird
called
choice.
That. Pal, Lassie Jr., Spook, Baby, Meyer, and Hey Hey. And those are all of the Lassies, and they are all direct descendants of Pal.
And they are all, I'm guessing, deceased now.
All those dogs are dead. The latest iteration of Lassie was an animated show that was on it was called like The New Adventures of Lassie or something like that, from like 2014 to 2019.
Oh.
This is recent, and it was cartoon. And I watched an episode of it on YouTube because it's all up there for free.
Oh.
And it was really cute. I had a good time. I think it would be, a good show for kids. And, who doesn't like a dog?
I love dogs.
But what I appreciate about Lassie is that Lassie isn't a talking dog. Same with Rin Tin Tin. Lassie and Rin Tin Tin are not talking animals. They are just animals noted for their bravery, for their loyalty and devotion to their owner, for their spot in the family. And so Lassie and Rin Tin Tin really represent that like first half of the 20th century up through, the Vietnam War period. Of like the family expectation and what was culturally valuable, and what people thought was American or represented Americans. And then of course this illusion is a bit shattered after Vietnam, when people are not really sure what
So that's the second war we've mentioned so far. I was not expecting World War I and Vietnam to both get call outs in this animal celebrity episode, but
Wait until I talk about 9/11.
Jesus. Okay.
Just kidding. I'm gonna talk about Desert Storm. Mr. Ed. Did you know about this?
I did know about Mr. Ed.
I did not know about Mr. Ed until someone mentioned it to me.
Was Mr. Ed on in the 60s?
Yes, Mr. Ed was on in the 1960s. So this is like, and then honestly in the 70s, 80s.
Because
we're gonna drop those decades.
Mr. Ed is one of a string of whack-ass shows that were on network television in the 1960s.
I took a class in college called American. It was like TV culture in American in the 1960s.
And did you talk about The Flying Nun, My Mother the Car?
We talked about some of those. Yeah, at the time, TV was not seen as like prestige. It was like we talked about in our last episode on The View. In the 1960s, it was like...
If I may quote Newton Minow, it was a vast wasteland. Television is a vast wasteland.
It was soap operas and the news. Mr. Ed. This is a show about a talking horse. In fact, a horse that can only talk to his owner, I guess, / at this point, roommate, Wilbur Post, who was played by an actor named Alan Young. And he was a talking horse, but only to this guy.
The sentient horse who is being enslaved by this man.
Basically.
This is a story of horse liberation, actually.
I'd like to make it one. This one is not that bad. This one like ends well. Well, sort of. Actually, there's like a lot of controversy around this horse's death in publicity. So, yeah, in the show, they were a comedy duo. Mr. Ed liked to read the newspaper and had a very dry sense of humor. And Wilbur was kind of a clumsy, like, endearing architect. So they were, fun to watch. This was on TV from 1961 to 1966. So it ran for 5 years, in which the horse was played by Bamboo Harvester that entire time, who was a Palomino.
Just one horse. Okay, cool.
Just one horse, Bamboo Harvester. The show was loved by American people, and it apparently has a very catchy theme song.
Never heard it.
I hadn't heard it either, but it is pretty catchy. It's like a horse, of course, something like that. My friend knew it because she watched a lot of Mr. Ed growing up. She watched things like Mr. Ed and like
on TV Land
and like the Honeymooners. Yeah, because her dad is like 70 something now. So back then, like that was what he grew up on.
Yeah, we all can't have 35-year-old moms like you, Abe.
My mom is 50, so
she's 27. You're 27.
No, I'm not.
You're 26.
My mom is 1 year older than me. I came out of her head like Athena. In 1968, Bamboo Harvester, who was born in 1949, so this horse is 19, starts having health issues. He starts having arthritis and kidney problems, but this is, 2 years after Mr. Ed ended. He was in retirement at that point in Burbank, California, in a stable with his trainer, who was a guy named Lester Hilton. So the official story was that Mr. Ed, aka Bamboo Harvester, died in 1979, euthanized because of health issues and old age. 1979. Okay. 1979.
So he lived for quite a few more years after that.
However, after this news was made public and people were like, oh my God, the horse that played Mr. Ed died, Alan Young, who played Wilbur Post, came forward and was like, actually, he was when he was in retirement in Burbank, California, Lester Hilton went out of town and the temporary caretaker saw that he was struggling to give up, and I guess lacking the context that he was having chronic health issues, like arthritis and the kidney problems I mentioned. He thought that he was in distress, so he gave him a tranquilizer. Thinking not understanding, I guess, what was happening.
Okay.
However, I guess not. However, in addition, so after that,
as a direct result
of this, for unknown reasons, Bamboo Harvester dies a few hours later, and Hilton comes back and is like, what the fuck?
You killed my horse.
Because people would form like very close bonds with the horses that they trained on set or that they acted with on set. Like a good example is Roy Rogers and his horse Trigger. I was very emotionally connected to, and any horse girl can tell you that. Our friend Kira can tell you that.
Kira was a horse girl.
About she's a horse woman now.
Yeah,
she's over 25. Hag. So
can't relate.
I'm older than her.
I'm 25 right now. So
you're a hag too. The horse dies. Hilton comes back. The horse is dead. And this was kept kind of covered up. And they let, in 1979, a different horse who Alan Young believed was a horse that was used in early promotional photos and publicity photos for Mr. Ed, died instead. But looked like him, so they were like, "Oh, that was the real Mr. Ed." But Mr. Ed actually died 9 years earlier, accidentally after a tranquilizer.
Crazy.
And Alan Young didn't say anything because he didn't want to shatter people's illusions, which I understand. He was like,
"Well, this is like sort of ties back into the themes of this episode. It's like,
yeah, what do animals mean to people?
These animals are of more symbolic importance than like literal physical importance. Like,
absolutely,
you don't actually care about what happens to.
I mean, like, look
Bamboo
at Lassie.
Harvest.
She's actually 6 different dogs.
Because they didn't really care about Bamboo Harvester. They cared about Mr. Ed.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
So by the time Mr. Ed is on, TV is still very early in its popularity, but it is now something that most people have access to.
Right.
And everybody likes a talking animal, and it's easy to make that part of the central living space when you have like 4 channels and one of them is showing Lassie. Or, one of them is showing Mr. Ed. Because Lassie was also on in the 60s and remained popular that entire decade.
Right.
But then in the 70s and 80s, honestly, there's not like a ton of notable famous animals. At least
kind of a lull.
Okay. That I can even think of off the top of my head. But when I was
like
researching, like they didn't really come up. But that was the 90s.
No, there was Shaggy Dog in the 70s too.
But the one that everyone knows is the one from the 90s.
The one
Tim
that
Allen.
you know is Tim Allen, and that's from the 2000s. But yeah.
Isn't the lions? Weren't the lions in this? That's 80s. The lion that killed the magician.
Oh,
that's Siegfried and Roy.
Siegfried and Roy, the gay magicians, and their tigers.
He didn't kill him. He maimed him.
But he lived.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, whatever.
That was the 80s.
They were tigers.
Was that the 80s?
No, that was 2003.
Jared just looks like a disappointed. You either look like a disappointed, like, rich auntie or like an evil gay. Like,
I'm both.
Like the worst gay man you've ever met.
Porque no los dos.
No, seriously. What if the worst gay man you ever met was actually an elderly woman?
Claudia's
that was like when I said
wasn't that in the 40s?
This is like when I said the horse's head in the bed for Nero, and you were like, "That's the Godfather."
That would be the Godfather.
The 1970s and 80s. Not really like the height of animal celebrity. I don't really know what was going on, but I was like, I see a gap, and honestly, I'm gonna leave it alone because I've got a lot of other stuff I want to talk about.
Correct.
And we're gonna jump to the 90s and 2000s dog movie craze.
Ooh,
yeah.
Big. These were big.
They were everywhere. The most significant one is Airbud and the Air Buddies movies that would come out. Airbud was a Disney movie released in 1997 about a dog called Bud who escaped from his abusive owner, who is an alcoholic clown named Norman Snively. Yeah, I didn't know that.
I forgot that. I haven't watched Airbud in years.
So his abusive owner is an alcoholic clown. Very similar situation to like Jared and Claudia.
Right.
But he could play basketball. And so he is found by, I don't know, some guy in the movie. And
what's the kid's name? Like Max or something?
It's probably another dog name.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they just gave it to a boy. I don't know the human's name because I don't care about him. I care about Bud.
Airbud.
I care about Bud. Anyway, so Bud can play basketball, and he like wins this basketball game. It's incredible.
It's incredible because the rules don't specifically say that a dog can't play.
So they put him in some shorts, shoes, and a jersey, and they put him on the court, and he won that game. There were 5 Airbud movies, 7 Air Buddies movies, and 2 Christmas specials called Santa Paws. And this was a box office hit. It was very popular, immediately iconic, and of course everybody wanted
a golden retriever.
Yeah. A golden retriever. But who was Airbud? Who was Bud?
Tell me about him.
He was played by a dog that was also named Buddy.
Okay.
Buddy was a stray dog that was found in the Sierra Nevada by a man named Kevin DeChico in 1989. Kevin DeChico brought him home to San Diego, and he was like, this dog's great. You know, they had a really close relationship, and he trained his dog to play all kinds of sports. Basketball, baseball, football.
How in God's name is a dog playing baseball?
I don't know. I have cats. I have a cat that doesn't even know her name.
True.
How does a dog play baseball? How can you get a dog to play baseball? I don't know. Airbud can play baseball. Kevin DeChico submitted a video of him to America's Funniest Home Videos, and it was featured, and he became kind of known for that. And then he was on this stupid pet trick segment of Late Night with David Letterman. Betty appeared on Letterman about 3 times.
Okay.
Throughout the years, and he was also appeared at the Kids' Choice Awards in 1998, where he was nominated for a Blimp Award. In 1997, he had his right hind leg amputated because he had sarcoma, but he could still play ball, thank God. So he does more Buddy movies. I think he does another Airbud movie.
With 3 legs?
No, probably not. You're right.
How would he have done another?
They didn't have CGI good enough to replace the dog. I was just thinking, just CGI it in. You can't really do that in 1998. But yeah, he was put to sleep in 1998 when he was at home.
It's my favorite euphemism for euthanizing a dog.
He crossed the Rainbow Bridge. So Airbud was 9 years old when he was put to sleep. Very sad.
That sounds not very young, but that is kind of young.
That's quite young.
Well, for a golden retriever, because Goldens usually live to be 12, 13?
Yeah, so it's a little bit young.
A little young.
Especially for an active dog. But yeah, unfortunately, he was sick and he just could not make it. So Kevin DeChico froze 11 vials of Buddy's semen and froze them and they are currently stored at the International Canine Semen Bank.
So if you go to the bank where I work and you come up to my window and you say, I would like a vial of Airbud, please.
Please.
I will say, I will put on my glasses and I will clickety-clack into my computer.
Like that.
And then I will say, 1 minute, please. And then I will ping it.
Does it come down the tube?
No. Yeah.
Like at the back, like when you go through the drive-through?
The pressurized tube.
How much is his semen?
That's for you to find out. I'm not going to
more than you can afford, sweetheart.
So he has posthumously sired 3 litters of puppies, girl.
Jeez. Please. Is he still doing? Well, probably, right?
Well, I don't really know what's going to happen now because Kevin DeChico died last month.
Kevin DeChico died?
Last month. He was like 60 something.
What the hell happened?
But I looked it up and it's, I think he just died. Maybe he was sick. I don't know.
John Oliver just did a whole thing and he was still alive.
Well, not anymore. He died last month.
Oh my God.
He died in March.
Okay. Rest in peace, Kevin DeChico.
Rest in peace, Kevin DeChico. But when I read that you froze 11 vials of your dog's semen, by the way, he also had puppies in life beforehand because the Airbuddies, some of them were his puppies, his actual puppies.
Oh, okay.
/ like
were OG Airbud's original puppies?
I think so. Okay. I believe so. Yeah. So anyways, I didn't look too much into the Airbuds because I don't like the Airbuddies.
Semen not for sale. I've looked it up.
Semen not for sale.
Okay.
That makes sense. But like, what are they going to do with it now?
They'll probably have more. I think they're going to use it until it's run out.
But who's using it? If it's not for sale.
Whoever now.
Because Kevin DeChico's dead. But that's what I'm saying. Who was in Kevin DeChico's will?
That's what we really got to find out.
That's what we really want to know.
Did Kevin DeChico bequest Airbuds come to?
The remaining vials.
That's what we need to find out.
Of Airbud's
sperm.
Genetic material.
His seminal fluid. Where is that
Where
dog's
are
cum?
you?
Where is it? We will find it. Abe and I are on the case.
Sure. Fuck it.
We will not rest. We would almost certainly have to go to California.
Yes, to California.
I'm standing
We're
here
on the road.
on hallowed ground. The grave of Airbud.
And I'm standing here on different hallowed ground. The site where his cum is stored.
This is a very sacred site.
This time period, we see more of a turn away from like the individual animal celebrity and more towards like famous breeds or famous species. Like big, like giant pandas are really big in the 90s and 2000s. And they're also used as like a diplomatic symbol between the US and China and China and other countries as well. Right. But they're also really cute. And there's not necessarily like a really famous giant panda that most people could point to, but most people know what a giant panda is and have like a certain fondness for it. So it's like breeds and species reach celebrity status. Not to say there weren't individual celebrity animals, but I was more interested in the movement of this trend and the movement away from those individuals, the same way that like Mr. Ed and Lassie and fucking Rin Tin Tin were famous.
Yeah.
Like where it was about Rin Tin Tin, it wasn't just German Shepherds. It was Rin Tin Tin specifically.
Right.
That
like
people
he
liked.
was a specific dog that just his character. It wasn't
and
that he was
happened
playing
to be a German Shepherd.
It wasn't he was playing a famous character. Like that he was a character. The dog was the character.
Yeah. Rin Tin Tin appearing in a movie, that was the draw.
Right.
So after this, we really go into monkey mania. That's what I've been calling it. Monkey mania. Our obsession
with monkeys,
with primates, as illustrated by 3 primates through the 1990s and into the 2000s. Koko the gorilla, Crystal the capuchin monkey, and of course Travis the chimpanzee.
Well, these are different from a lot of the animals we've talked about up to this point, because except for Crystal, it wasn't tried and true animal actor. She's still alive?
Yeah,
but Koko the gorilla and Travis the chimpanzee were sometime animal actors, but that wasn't their whole thing, right?
So Koko the gorilla was actually born in the San Francisco Zoo in 1971.
Okay.
She was fostered by an animal psychiatrist, or cross-fostered, so shared with the zoo, by this animal psychiatrist named Francine Patterson, but she went by Penny.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna call her Patterson. So Patterson would use had the intention to use Koko in ape language studies. She wanted to teach sign language to Koko the gorilla to see if primates, in particular gorillas, who are very closely genetically related to humans, could grasp sign language. Koko becomes famous for this, for being able to speak sign language, because there is like footage of her doing what looks like sign language, and you know, they're saying, oh well, her communication's amazing. The linguists like really are like super impressed, and she's like, yeah, like she's communicating. But Koko never constructed sentences.
It was just words, right?
It was words. It was like, you cookie, key me, which, you know, maybe if you know Koko or you understand the context of the situation, you could understand like, oh, she's asking me for a cookie for a key. But there is no like way you can combine those words to make like an actual sentence that means something. The humans think she's communicating something with me, and humans want to believe that she's communicating something with them, that Koko has something to say, and that now that she's been given this human tool of sign language,
but she doesn't, it's not,
but really it's like usually a food-based reward system,
and it's not a reflection of an inner sentience
it's
or
not
thought
like
process.
Like
she's not communicating inner thoughts through language. She's repeating emotions and movements that she's been rewarded for producing in the past.
Yeah, and that's what happens like when she has that. It's when like she has that kitten,
right? It's yeah.
When she had that kitten then was killed. Like I think wandered into a road and was hit by a car, and it was obviously really sad. But she signed something that to the effect of, I'm sad, you know, kitten where, something like that. But didn't show really an understanding of like what actually had happened, and was just kind of doing like the response. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even though Koko was not, necessarily like able to speak sign language, and to Patterson's like credit, right? She didn't actually say that Koko could speak ASL. She said that Koko could speak gorilla sign language, which
she spoke GSL.
Maybe GSL, gorillas. Can you speak that?
Yeah, I'll do it right now.
Right. And you can see the way that he's communicating, and he has a deep interiority. No, but you both are I'm the only lesbian here, and you too. We see this, what we think is a human trait, what we think is a human behavior, and we project it onto this animal. Right. Koko passed away in 2018, and there are still videos of Koko floating around the internet, and people being like, wow, this gorilla can speak sign language.
Yeah, they were like, this is Koko's departing message to the world.
No, yeah.
And like have you seen that video?
Every like few years.
I'm supposed to believe that this gorilla was giving us a message about global warming. Like, this is a fucking gorilla. She doesn't know what global warming is. Like, you all need to get a fucking grip.
And
like,
I am an animal person. Like, I love animals. I do believe animals can communicate with you in their own ways. Like, obviously through body language. Right. And I understand.
Through my sister's dog staring at me while I'm trying to sleep.
And Deirdre is an incredibly deep thinking cat. I don't know what's going on in her head. I'm convinced she can understand what I'm saying, and I know she cannot communicate with me, but she is able to say so much with her eyes, such as fuck you and I hate you.
Now on the other hand,
and
Bunny,
I love you.
The lights are on. No one's home.
But yeah, like I'm an animal girl, but I do not think that Koko the gorilla could speak sign language, but I think that like people want to believe that she could. And so they do, you know. I think that she was already declared famous for this, right? And it is a rumor that will probably, a myth that will probably continue to persist.
That's true.
So Crystal the Capuchin monkey, you know her,
right? Everybody
knows her. Ever heard of a little movie called Night at the Museum?
I have indeed.
Or perhaps George of the Jungle, the one with Brendan Fraser in 1997.
She was in George of the Jungle too.
Yes.
Is she? So just so I understand how this relates back to what you were saying about animals being rewarded for showing human behaviors.
She shows a lot of them.
Human behaviors. She does.
Absolutely.
She's emotive.
It is her ability to emote and to be cheeky and to be funny. Like there are, like, kind of Pop Crave, Access Hollywood type like interviews with her. I'll put some in the source list that you guys can watch on YouTube, where obviously she's trained to like respond in a certain way, to make a certain face or to do something with her hands or stick her tongue out, you know, something silly and cute. But when she does it, you know, people just eat it up, and she really is expressive, and you can, something about this monkey, you can tell that she genuinely loves the attention. Yeah. You can tell she is like having a really good time. And everyone who's ever worked with her has said that. They're like, oh, she lives for this. She loves this. And when she's done with a scene, she's just like, bye. She's like, when she's like doesn't want to do it, she's not going to do it 'cause she's a monkey. But apparently she is great. She is pretty easy to work with. Well, they've taken her to award shows and she dresses up in a dress. Yeah, they put her in beautiful. And she likes to wear mascara. She's a monkey, of course. A monkey, so. Yeah, see, Claudia is falling into the trap. She's rewarding her for displaying human behaviors. Claudia's like deep slay.
I have a deep, you know, guys don't know this, I'm revealing this right now. I have a deep connection to Crystal. Like, I have known of this monkey for years, and we all have. Night at the museum, baby. She means more to me.
So you win. Okay.
She means a lot to me too. Wait, what does she mean to you?
I don't know. I just like, as a little foreign girl, I was like, I
as a little girl, growing up in my country, seeing that monkey on screen has meant so much to me.
I just think it's a worldwide thing that like you can like.
Absolutely. No, that's the great thing about animals, I think, especially for kids. And like, this is like, it goes along with what we were saying with projecting your own feelings and experiences and perspectives onto animals. You can, kids are able to project their own feelings onto animals. I think especially in narratives where children are absent, or, you know, the animal is kind of the next closest thing. And especially something like a monkey, which is, you know, playful and has a sort of innocent quality.
Because the animal, like a child, you know, has very limited autonomy, right? So it's easy for a kid to project themselves onto.
Absolutely. Or why, like in kids' movies, children characters will often be portrayed as animals. Right. Crystal the Capuchin monkey was born on May 6th, 1994, making her 32 years old. She is still alive.
She's still with us.
She is still with us. She is semi-retired. She was literally born to be a star. She's a Taurus, in case that means anything to anybody. I love a Taurus, so it makes sense. In 1996, a company called Birds and Animals Unlimited sent a trainer to buy. This is a company that like worked on behalf of Universal Studios. They like supplied animals to like film studios and stuff like that. So they sent one of their trainers to go buy a Capuchin monkey in Florida. To begin training. They like to train these monkeys when they were around 1 year old. So they were still young, like they weren't babies. So they, you know, they could be away from their mother, but they, were young enough to be more pliable and able to socialize with people, with human beings. But so the people there offer up 2 monkeys that are 1 year old. And then they're like, but we got this other monkey. Her name's, I don't know. She's a monkey. She's a Capuchin monkey. She's 2. But she just had a certain like something about her, and the trainer was like, you know what?
Joie de vivre,
she had a certain zest, and the trainer ended up taking Crystal and the 2 one-year-old monkeys. Crystal was given to a trainer named Tom Gunderson. He named her after the country singer Crystal Gayle. And
fuck yes, I love Crystal Gayle.
Her hair.
Do you know Crystal Gayle?
Of course I know Crystal Gayle. I love when Jared asks me if I know a country
artist. And don't it make my brown eyes blue?
You're gonna pee because it's on your mouth.
Don't it make my brown eyes blue?
Me turning it all the way down. I just turned it all the way down.
You're not a part of. You're not part of this. Like what?
Just turned it all the way down.
So.
That's so fucking rude. I'm pissed off.
Are we back on mic?
Am I back on mic?
Yes.
I want you gone. I want a new producer. Get your shit and get out.
Jared, we don't know anyone else.
Fuck, we don't know anybody.
We don't know anyone else who will do it for free.
Okay.
So she goes and lives with this trainer who works at the Animal Actors Show in Universal Studios, Florida. And so she's there for 8 years. So she's like, this is 1996 at this point. She's 2. Okay. So 1996. Then in 1997, she makes her film debut, George of the Jungle. This is a Disney movie. Other notable work of hers is the Night at the Museum franchise, where she plays the iconic Dexter the monkey.
Dexter the monkey, correct.
Plays the iconic Dexter the monkey. She was also in The Hangovers Part 2 and 3, American Pie, Community, We Bought a Zoo, starring Matt Damon.
Honey, famously, I've been confused and called it Honey, We Bought a Zoo.
Yeah.
No, that's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Honey, we bought a zoo.
She was also in 3:10 to Yuma and the Dr. Dolittle movies.
She was in 3:10 to
She
Yuma?
was in 3:10 to Yuma.
Okay, that's funny.
And the Dr. Dolittle movies. She earned approximately $108,000 in 2012 for being in 9 episodes of an NBC show called Animal Practice.
I remember this canceled show.
Yes, it was a canceled show. It wasn't very good. She was in 9 episodes and she was paid $108,000, which is twice as much as an average human actor at the same time, according to SAG-AFTRA.
Well, she was a star.
She was a star. You know, if you wanted to get paid as much as this monkey, well, you should have better star quality.
You should have been in Night at the Museum. And
you should have been in all Night at the Museum movies. But right now, Crystal is semi-retired. She sleeps no less than 8 hours a day, apparently. And she sleeps in bed with Tom Gunderson, his wife, another Capuchin monkey named Squirt.
Crystal and Squirt?
Crystal and Squirt. And a Chihuahua.
That's like my personal hell. That's like a nightmare to me.
2 monkeys, a Chihuahua, and
no,
and a wife?
No animals getting in my bed. And a wife.
Is that the worst part?
No animals getting in my bed.
She was featured in New York Mag. Like, she had like a cover.
Okay.
And it actually slays. Tom Gunderson, if you're listening to this, let our producer Claudia, let us feature Crystal the Capuchin monkey. She means more to Claudia apparently than the average person. I'm going to briefly talk about something a little bit darker. I want to say to anyone listening, like, if animal death or violence
is upsetting,
feel free to skip this part. We will put the timestamp for where you can skip to.
You can skip to the next chapter.
Yeah, because we are going to talk about Travis the chimpanzee.
It's a very sad story.
It's a very, very sad story. He was born in 1993 to 2 wild chimpanzees who were taken into captivity. His mom was actually shot in a separate escape incident in 2001.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, his mom was also killed.
God.
Spoiler, Travis is going to die at the end of this.
Mm-hmm.
So he was sold as a pet, and then after that he lived in Stamford, Connecticut with his owner, Sandra Harold, who was 70 years old at the time of the incident we're going to discuss.
Which is punishment enough to have to live in Stamford, Connecticut.
I know. Stamford, home of the WWE Raw.
I mean,
no one deserves that. No one deserves that. So her husband passed away in 2004 from cancer, and her only daughter passed away, Sandra. Her only daughter passed away in 2000 in a car accident. So she was kind of alone. She didn't have really more family, and Travis became like a surrogate family member in human relationship for her. He wore human clothes which he could dress himself in. He would click through pictures on the computer. He would watch TV. He could like do dishes. He could do a lot of things by himself, and he was reported as being very like docile and friendly and good with humans. He was socialized with humans from a very early age.
Right.
He the family owned, before her husband passed, they owned a tow truck business in Stamford, and he would ride around in the tow truck with them. He would go work in the office, or he would like go to the office. He wasn't like working, but
he was filing papers in the office.
He probably could.
He was doing the little the little calculator that goes with the he's doing the books.
So he also had appeared in a few Old Navy commercials and some Pepsi spots.
Oh.
So he did have some acting experience and some experience in the animal entertainment industry. But he was mostly a pet, and he was well loved in his community. People recognized him around town. The only time something happened was in 2003. He escaped from the car, and he stopped traffic for like hours in Stamford. But he was able to get back into the car, and everything was fine. Travis was almost 200 pounds, which is considered significantly obese for a chimpanzee. And I don't mean that in a way of like, I don't want anyone to come for me. Like, I mean this purely, I do not want people to come for me for saying this monkey is significantly obese because
we are talking about a monkey here.
He is a chimpanzee, and that is very, very large. Like chimpanzees are not supposed to be that size.
Right.
And he was being given human food. He was even allowed to drink wine out of a wine glass.
And chimpanzees in the wild would not grow to be that large unless they had some other issue going on. But
exactly. So it is very unnatural. He also had Lyme disease, which is like very Connecticut. And
Lyme, Connecticut. That's where
exactly. At the size that he was, Travis was 5 to 7 times stronger than a human being of the same size. So we're talking about a powerful wild animal, okay, who was living in a home with an elderly woman, just the two of them, as essentially her like son and human companion.
What could possibly go wrong?
Well, we found out what would go wrong on February 16th, 2009, when he was acting kind of agitated and strange. He was given Xanax by Sandra to help kind of calm him down. However, it ended up having the opposite effect, which is something that can happen in both humans and animals when taking a substance like Xanax. It can lead to agitation, confusion, disorientation, aggressive behavior, and mood swings, very rapid mood swings, fits of rage. All of those things can happen. You are not supposed to give Xanax to a monkey. You're not supposed to give, and then
that should go without saying.
And then it goes without saying,
especially if you haven't talked to like a vet or someone who knows about chimpanzees. Like you're just like, well,
I don't know if there was a vet who said like you can give this to him.
Right.
Like I don't know what they were prescribing for animal anxiety back then, and if they were like, well, he's so genetically close to a human, maybe we could just give him Xanax.
Right.
Well. So he escapes the house, and Sandra calls her friend Charla Nash. Her name is spelled Charla with a CH, but maybe it's pronounced Carla. But I'm going to say Charla because I feel like that's it. But if it's Carla, I'm sorry. Charla Nash, she was 55 years old at the time. She was friends with Sandra. Sandra calls her up and says, I need help getting Travis back into the house. Charla's not worried because like she knows Travis. She's met him many times before. She used to work in the tow truck business.
Right.
In the office.
She's known this chimp for years.
She's known this chimp for years. And so she shows up and she has his favorite like Elmo toy. And when he sees,
which he's very territorial over, right?
He's territorial over it, but it is his favorite toy, and he should be like happy to see it. But Charla has like a different hairdo than she usually had, and she was driving a different car, so people think maybe Travis didn't recognize her. But when he sees her outside approaching with his Elmo toy, he like flies into a rage and he begins to attack her. He is like Sandra tries to stop him, but she's unable to because he is so strong. And at the end of it, like he is a wild animal. Right. He's not like just because he wears clothes and watches TV doesn't mean he is your human son.
Right.
So he's mauling her, basically. He's mauling Charla. And Sandra doesn't have the strength to stop him and doesn't know what to do. So she takes a kitchen knife and she stabs him. She says at that point, he turns around and looks at her like, Mom, what did you do?
Like, why did you do that
like,
to me?
why would you do that to me? And which is so heartbreaking. And at this point, Sandra thinks that Charla is dead because her eyes, eyelids, face, skin, nose, all are gone.
Ears, I
Her
believe.
ears are gone, and her hands. He begins to bite her hands.
Yeah, he bites her fingers off.
Her fingers and like up to the parts of like her forearm on one hand. So she thinks Charla is dead. So she runs and locks herself in her car, and she calls 911 in a now infamous 911 phone call that was played on international news. Like this made waves all over the world because it was such.
The phone call is very disturbing.
It's a very disturbing phone call. If you don't remember when this happened, I wouldn't like recommend you listen to it. But if you are curious, you can just like prepare. Like it is very difficult to listen to. It's very unsettling. It's very uncomfortable.
And it's also
very scary.
A classic example of a 911 dispatcher just being like
ridiculously unhelpful. Like, ma'am, you need to calm down. Like there is a monkey.
He's what? What's doing what to who?
He's ripping her face off.
I can't. Ma'am, you're hysterical. You have to calm down.
Like, that's literally what's happened. It's so frustrating.
It's like he's taking her order at McDonald's.
Literally.
Like, he's like, I can't
But
what?
yeah, Travis was like biting her. He was eating parts of Charla at that point, and it was just crazy. So the police show up, and Travis goes up to the police car. He breaks off a side window, and then he goes around to one of the doors, and he opens it. And when Travis opens the door, they see this woman lying on the ground. They think she's dead. The officer shoots Travis 4 times with his pistol.
Which,
Travis at this point has been stabbed with a butcher knife and shot 4 times.
And he's still alive.
And he is still alive. He crawls back into the house where he dies next to his cage.
Yes. Yeah.
Incredibly sad. Charla miraculously survives this attack. She is taken to the hospital where she is in critical condition. She has to relearn how to speak. She has to relearn I don't even know if she can see anymore.
She gets no, she's blind. She gets a facial transplant.
Yeah, she gets a face transplant, which she said has been life-changing for her in terms of just like being normal. And she said, in the latest interview I was able to find with her, said that it's like her goal to be able to eat. Like not have to drink her food, but to be able to eat solid food. And this whole thing could have been prevented if there were stricter laws on keeping a primate as a pet. And that is what comes out of this whole thing with Travis is big discussions on an international scale, and particularly on a national scale and here in the United States about the ethics of owning a primate, of keeping a primate as a pet, an intelligent primate. So think people who have chimpanzees, like Michael Jackson's chimpanzee Bubbles, right? Remember that?
Forgot about that.
Or like Justin Bieber had pet monkeys. You know, the keeping of a pet monkey, is that okay? They're wild animals, and sometimes, like in the situation with Travis, they will act on instinct, especially when they're given a substance. Like when you as a human being take something like a Xanax, you understand that if you start to feel disoriented or start to feel anything different, you know that you just took a medication that affects your perception and your physical, like the way that you feel.
And animals don't understand.
Animals don't have that.
Understand that.
Like
right.
Travis couldn't have understood what was going on with him. All he probably knew was he was scared. Right. And who knows like how long he had been feeling maybe trapped in this life, or trapped in, because he's living in completely unnatural circumstances. Right. There is no chimpanzee in the wild who's going to drink wine, take Xanax, and fucking click through the computer, right? So I feel horrible for Sandra, who ended up dying a year after the incident of an aneurysm. You know, Travis died, her husband died, her daughter died, just like so terrible, the whole thing. And after this, there's a push for this thing called the Captive Primate Safety Act. It was introduced to the House. It was actually, you know who co-sponsored this bill?
Who?
Nancy Mace.
Are you serious?
I'm not joking. Nancy Mace, piece of shit. Yeah.
She was like, but this.
She literally said, I can excuse cruelty to transgender individuals, but I draw the line at animal cruelty on monkeys. Ridiculous. Anyways, she co-sponsors this bill, and nothing ever happens with it. It was actually reintroduced to the House in 2025, and still nothing has moved, but it is currently introduced to the House. So
call your congressperson.
Call your congressperson and tell them to pass the Captive Primate Safety Act, because it would make it illegal to own several species of primates, like lemurs, orangutans, gorillas, chimpanzees.
And it would upset that lady from Chimp Crazy, which...
It would upset that. By the way, that chimp, Tonka, was co-starred in George of the Jungle with Crystal the Capuchin monkey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Animal entertainment's a small world.
I love that special that miniseries so much. It was so, like, the fact that she allowed them to record her perjuring herself.
It's literally insane.
You know what I'm talking?
It's crazy.
It's big in the gay community.
Chimp Crazy?
Chimp Crazy, yeah, it is.
It's because they look at that crazy lady and they're like, mother.
No, literally.
Gay men.
It's the same reason that they love Tiger King. It's not because of the Tiger King who is gay and was in a polygay marriage.
No, it's about Carol.
It's about Carol Baskin because she's mother. And she maybe killed her husband.
Gay men love an insane woman.
So after this, people are like kind of a little more wary, I think, about animal celebrities.
Rightfully so.
And things kind of shift culturally. I think we see an explosion of, in the age of social media, pets that are popular on social media, people's personal pets that are like dogs and cats and birds and lizards and other domestic animals. There are people with other more unorthodox pets like squirrels or raccoons that become famous. I'm thinking of Shredder the raccoon, absolute icon. I'm also thinking of that squirrel who was killed. Who was that? Peanut the squirrel who was killed by the police. So in the age of social media, it's more about pets and it's more about baby zoo animals. Okay. To be quite honest, with the exception of Harambe, who was an adult, who was obviously famous for like other reasons besides like, oh my God, cute, like Moo Deng. Remember Grumpy Cat?
I do remember Grumpy Cat. Yes.
So Grumpy Cat was a little kitty cat named Tartar Sauce who had dwarfism and an underbite that gave her.
That's why she looked like that.
That's why she looked like that. That's what gave her signature grumpy face. She was just someone's pet cat, and the brother of the owner he like made a meme of her, and then it just went absolutely viral, and she became huge. She was really one of the first like huge viral memes in like the big age of social media with Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Like Grumpy Cat was everywhere. She made appearances on red carpets. She had a manager. She even had an interactive experience at South by Southwest in 2013. She appeared on Good Morning America, Anderson Live, and she had a photo shoot with Time magazine. There was merchandising out the wazoo. It was everywhere. T-shirts, keychains, everything, hats. There were books. There was a Webkins version of her that you could buy, and then you could play as Grumpy Cat in Webkins in the online game. And there were partnerships with brands. She even got her own Lifetime Christmas movie in 2014, My Dream, with Aubrey Plaza doing the voice of Grumpy Cat and producing the movie. So like Grumpy Cat was big. She was really big. She actually passed away when she was like, I think only like 9 or something, or 7.
Sounds like she had a lot of health issues.
She died of complications from a urinary tract infection, which unfortunately can happen with cats. They are really prone to UTI and kidney problems, as we know from Io and Bunny and Deirdre. You know, you got to be careful.
May she rest in peace.
May she rest in peace. R.I.P. Tartar Sauce. And I'm just using her as an example of like one of many, many, many pet celebrities that emerges in the age of social media, because people realize you can make an Instagram account or a Twitter or a YouTube or anything, put a YouTube's up of these pets, and people will go crazy for them.
You can
and
make
then
quite a bit of income from
your
that.
pet can pay your bills.
Exactly.
But things shift in 2016 when Harambe, a 17-year-old silverback gorilla at the Cincinnati Zoo, is minding his business when a 3-year-old boy wanders into
a little shithead 3-year-old.
Right. The child wanders into Harambe's enclosure, and Harambe ends up grabbing the boy, dragging him, and throwing him. People watching this happen are obviously screaming, freaking out, and these screams and the panic only serves to make Harambe feel more disoriented, agitated, and confused. So he's getting to a point where, you know, again, this is a wild animal. He's not just like some cute monkey. Like, he is a fucking silverback gorilla. He is huge. The zookeepers do not know what to do. They need to protect the life of this child, and so they make the decision that they feel is right in the moment, fearing for this child's life, and they shoot and kill Harambe in front of everybody. The zoo defends its choice to kill Harambe, I think even to this day, saying that the child's life was in danger and it was really the only option at the moment. Detractors said things like, you could have tranquilized him. Why didn't this happen? But Jack Hanna was like, a tranquilizer takes 5 to 10 minutes to kick in. In that time, a silverback gorilla could have easily
killed that child,
especially in a state of agitation and confusion.
Right.
The other thing people are saying,
shooting him with the trank is probably going to make him agitated, right?
It might, but we'll never know, because Harambe died that day.
True.
There were people who pointed to the parents and said, well, why weren't the parents watching him? How did that 3-year-old get into the exhibit? The exhibit was only closed off by like a pretty small like glass kind of wall, and he was able to climb over it and fall into the exhibit. The parents were, I think, there with them, but I think maybe it was one of those, no charges were ever brought against the parents. I don't know enough about the situation with the parents in the Harambe case to know whether or not they were looking, to know whether they were right there, or if they were, 10 feet away, to know if the kid wandered off and they were looking for him. I've heard parents say often that with a toddler, you turn around for 2 seconds and they are gone.
Right.
They've torn off somewhere. So I think it was just a really terrible situation. And Harambe had to pay the price with his life. But this, of course, went absolutely viral, watching him drag this baby around the exhibit. I remember seeing those videos in high school like, oh, shit. So this goes really viral, and I think it's like fair to say that Harambe was like literally the meme of the year in 2016. There were
dicks out for Harambe.
I was about to say dicks out for Harambe. There were songs. There was dicks out for Harambe. There were like memes. And that really pissed off the zoo. By the way, the Cincinnati Zoo was fucking mad, and they were like, our zoo family is grieving at this time, and this is not funny. And people were like, well, like you killed a gorilla on video, and like it dragged a kid around. Like we're. Like
I was like,
we're brought together by the humor of this.
I'm 16. I'm gonna make some jokes about this. Sorry.
And then allegedly,
this kid in my class, he posted "Rest with Christ, my sweet prince," and it was a photo of Harambe.
That's so 2016. That shit. Yeah, a lot of that.
Oh my god.
So
I laughed for a week at that post.
So this Harambe becomes very, very famous, and not because of any human traits, but simply because people were jumping to the defense of Harambe. They thought that what happened to Harambe was extremely unfair. They didn't see why Harambe should have to die because of what people saw as an error of the parents or of an animal just being an animal.
Right.
It kind of does like a similar thing to the Travis the Chimpanzee case, where it goes even further, saying like, should they even be in zoos? Should we even have primates? Zoos? Should zoos even be a thing? Well, I'm not saying I do or don't think zoos should be a thing. I'm just saying it's
aquariums. Yes. I love aquariums.
I'm not like anti-zoo, but I'm not like anti the people who are anti-zoo. Like I understand why people are opposed to them. But yeah, that takes the Travis conversation even further. Like, should we even have something as intelligent as a gorilla, as close to, as powerful as a gorilla, who should be in the wild living in a social group, here in a simulated social group for people to look at? Some people would say that is the purpose of a zoo. But anyways, Deng and Punch the Monkey are the latest iterations of famous zoo animals / meme animals gone completely viral. Deng was born in 2024 at a zoo in Thailand, and everyone was obsessed with how damp and round she was.
I'm still obsessed.
I love how damp and round she is. Well, you're not the only one. People loved Deng when she was published on the zoo's social media and immediately went crazy for her. Deng was everywhere. You couldn't escape Deng.
Deng mania.
It was Deng monkey mania, more like Deng mania. She was like a meme on the internet. She was being featured on TV shows. They spoofed her on SNL where she was like Deng, but also Chapel Roan, but also Bo and Yang.
Correct.
And people were like starting to harass her because they wanted to interact with her so bad. So they would like throw things at her or like splash her with water to wake her up. She's just a baby pygmy hippo.
Leave her alone.
They installed security cameras all around her enclosure. And thank God they did, because like last week, a man tried to break into her enclosure.
And steal her?
I don't know. Probably.
I mean,
I don't know.
I would pay big money for Deng on the black market. She's old now.
She's
and
old
all they
and
care about
hacked.
is youth. Right.
Y'all are gonna find Deng like taking a smoke break, being like, in 2024, you should have seen me.
Well, she'll be like, Deng, I haven't heard that name in years.
and Punch the Monkey too. Like,
I know Punch has already fallen out. I feel of the zeitgeist.
Punch
was
fell
cute
off
for 2 weeks, and now people are like, oh yeah.
Punch is a little baby macaque monkey in Japan.
Oh, what kind of monkey?
Macaque.
A macaque monkey.
Is a macaque monkey.
Macaque.
Right? That's what it is. A macaque. A little macaque monkey in Japan who was rejected by others in his group, and he turned to an IKEA stuffed animal, and worse yet, he was bullied by the other monkeys. Oh, how sad. How sad. People were immediately obsessed with him because 1, he was really cute, and 2, it was very sad. It was something that humans perceive as being really sad, because when we see him hugging his little stuffed animal, we see ourselves lonely and rejected as children. We see ourselves lonely and rejected now, lacking friends, lacking acceptance. And people really...
That's how I see myself.
People project their feelings onto Punch. I've noticed this so much, like really hard, because what's really happening is like very normal, like hierarchy that exists.
That happens within primate.
And especially within macaque monkeys. Like it's very like, this is very normal for his species, and he will find his way, and he is finding his kind of place in the world. Right. And in his world.
Like there have been updates. Yeah. I saw
exactly.
That.
Like Punch is playing with these monkeys. Punch is doing this. So, but people see that and they're like, oh my God, they hate him. Oh my God, they're rejecting him. I love him.
Which is
because they see themselves in
him.
him.
The continuation of the phenomenon we've been talking about this entire episode, which is like people project their own human emotions onto animals that don't have those kinds of systems
Absolutely.
of emotion.
But we also see ourselves in some way as better and distinct than other animals, despite wanting to assign our own traits. It's like we want to assign our own traits to them to like make them like as good as us or like as smart as us or whatever, when really we should be trying to understand like them on their own level. And I think that we can get like a much better relationship with many animals by understanding how they communicate and how we can bridge that gap between our species, because we are not going to teach a gorilla sign language,
right?
But gorillas have ways of communicating. Gorillas have ways of communicating. A really amazing example is like Jane Goodall and her work with chimpanzees, and how
Jane Goodall, she knew how these primates could communicate with each other.
Exactly.
Right.
And Jane Goodall notably did not think it was appropriate to keep a chimpanzee as a pet, by the way.
Right.
So the moral of the story is that non-human animals and human animals are very different types of animals, right? They reflect us, they are us, but they aren't us. We are them, but we aren't them. But regardless, we have this symbiotic relationship and have had this symbiotic relationship with animals from other species since the beginning of time, whether it's as companions, as prey to them, or as predators to them. Or simply as coexisting in the same ecosystem. Like, animals are part of our world and we are part of theirs.
Absolutely.
And so I want to recognize their consciousness and their experience, the ways that they've been exploited, but also the ways they've been celebrated, all the various things they mean to us. Like, I'm like, we don't even have a human equivalent of Lassie, of someone that would run and help a little boy from a well.
I mean, firefighter.
But that's just a firefighter. That's not Lassie, you know?
It's like, if we didn't have Lassie, children would drown in wells every
all
day.
the time. It would be happening. You know why you never hear about it? Because there are rough collies running around.
Right. How do you think baby Jessica got out of that well? Rough collie.
Exactly. And it's just, I love animals. They can communicate with us. They just can't use human language. And as long as we judge their intelligence with human intelligence as like this standard, without understanding that there are other ways a being can be intelligent, we're never going to get anywhere with them.
Absolutely.
We're never going to get anywhere anyways. And that's it. This has been That's History, babe. I hope that you learned something about animal celebrities today. Go thank your local animal celebrity.
And if you want to follow us on socials,
we can be your animal celebrities.
We can be your animal celebrities. I mean, look at me. Look at me in my fierce coat and my mesh shirt. I hope my rolls aren't showing.
You don't have rolls. Wrap it up, Jared. You don't have rolls.
If you want to follow us on socials, we're everywhere at That's History, babe.
That's History, babe.
3 simple words. That's History, babe. You can do it. And the Patreon. When do you want to launch Patreon? Episode 10?
Yeah, sure. Episode 10.
We'll probably have a Patreon then.
We will aim to launch our Patreon. Let's manage expectations.
No promises, though. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Jared.
And I'm Abe.
And that's History, babe. We'll see you next time.